In the heart of the city, where dreams come alive, BWatts on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all, he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports-loving town. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Every story, every glory, every promise we keep. From the love of the game to the struggles we face, he's the voice of the people in the sacred space. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. There's a love in the air for the game and the grind, for the players who hustle, leaving it all behind. Through the sweat and the tears, the blood and the fight, BWatts tells the stories under the bright lights. In the silence of
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah. It's the weekend. It's Friday. And my laptop is acting up. It's acting up early this morning. We can't have that. But anyway, hey, you're watching Sports Talk with BWatts. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. Only thing I ask that you do, hit that like button as you come in. Hit that like button, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel if you have never subscribed. And also, if you'd like to continue to support the broadcast, do me a favor. Super Chat, Cash App, join the membership. Anything that you do will be highly appreciated. All right? Hey, got a good show for you today. Getting ready to talk about I hate to put this out here, but you know, it is what it is. I don't like how they treat my boy. But anyway, if the Cleveland Browns don't start Shedeur Sanders as QB1, should Shedeur want to be traded to another team? I'm just saying, we're going to put it out there. And also, we're going to talk about what are the Browns' plans at their quarterback position this year. Got a special guest. Many of you have asked about him. Y'all put me on to him. I reached out, and he's here. That's Moneymane. I think he said the other day in the chat that we stay in the same county, so that's a good thing. At least I got a Georgia boy. Another Georgia boy can join my broadcast, all right? So at this time, I want to say hello to everybody in the chat before I bring the guests up. Once again, hey, y'all know the drill. Do me a favor. It's early in the morning. Hit that like button. I love Cece. Said she got to go back to work. She'll talk to me later on. All right. Who we got? We got DJ H, Tim Isaac, Benson Jackson. What's going on? Kenny Wilson, what's going on? Miss Robinson, she in the building. She staying here. Callan, Miss Crystal Wise, Simply Sarah, what's going on? To you, I see. I appreciate y'all. GG, I see you. Jizzle, good morning. Going. My dog. Hey, don't forget on tomorrow night. It's ladies' night. I got tomorrow night. I'm off. It's ladies' night. They hosting their own show over here. So at 9:00 tomorrow night, 9:00, tune in. We're gonna support them like they've been supporting us. All right. It's ladies' night, Saturday night. with I Love CC and the gang, along with Miss Philly Smith. All right. Well, that's enough talking, y'all. Peter, what's going on? All right. I don't talk for 5 minutes. That was my intro. And let's get ready to get into this thing. My dog, my newfound friend. What's up, Moneymane?
What going on, BWatts? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good down here in Georgia, man. Finna get out here and cut a little grass when we get this thing over and wash some cars up. And we're gonna be all right. But check this out, big dog. You told me you from Georgia.
Yeah, I'm from Georgia.
You stay in the Henry County area?
Yeah, I stay in Henry County. You know, I can't say too much. You know, people might be looking for me, but yeah,
okay.
I stay in Henry County.
Okay, all right. Yep. But you know what? No, I watch your some of your shows late last night, and then I was looking up there at the top, man. Bro, I hate to put the business out here, but it's a dude up there on the top, and a woman and a little young boy. That you the young boy?
Yeah, that's me.
Boy, I know your dad. Boy, your dad named Eddie Thomas. Pastor Eddie Thomas.
Yep. Yes, sir. That's him.
But when I saw that boy, I called my brother, man. I said, man, we used to come to y'all church in Covington. Y'all had a church. Y'all had about 2 or 3 churches.
Well, he was at 2 churches in the beginning, but then, he stayed at one, Good Hope. But yeah, that's him, So yeah.
I'll just say Good Hope, boy. Yeah. But we used to y'all revive all the time. Yeah, me and Pastor Virgil DJ Virgil out of Jackson.
Yep. I know you talking
about. Your dad had a long sideburn. He said, "You better run." Boy, you tell him, I know, don't you? You know I know you're not, don't you, boy? Boy, you were running around with no pampers on.
Hey, DD, chill out with that preacher.
Yeah.
I don't like that preacher kid.
Yeah. I ain't mean to throw your business out there.
Nah, it cool. Everybody don't know that, but yeah, it real nice, to see us being this.
Yeah, it show up, man. I look up, I said,
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I know I'm looking at my,
that's a blessing, man. I said
right now.
But, okay, yeah, I was looking at that. I said, man, I looked up there. I said, damn, excuse me, Lord. I said, at a time, that dude used to do our revival we used to do here. Yeah, that's a good thing though, man. Let's get into it. I ain't gonna hold you long. I want to talk about a couple things before I get off. Let's talk about. I see you do a lot on collusion. I'm not into that, but there's a lot of people in my chat and comments saying, BWatts, we don't care what you say. It was some collusion went on with that draft. So educate some of my people what you've been talking about over there on your channel when it came down to Shedeur Sanders draft before we move on into my topic.
All right, so recently we've been talking about on my channel, we've been talking about, hey, y'all go subscribe to both channels. Hit that like button, subscribe to both channels. The BWatts, he got amazing content, man. I've been tuning in the last couple of days. Appreciate you for having me on. And before I get started, this is my first time being on somebody else live, so I appreciate you for being my first, my first live. But like we were saying over there on my channel, we came up with the word collateral collusion with Shedeur. Like the collateral collusion, it stems from Deshaun Watson getting that fully guaranteed contract. And if y'all don't know about the NFL case, they talking about how the NFL colluded against Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and Kyler Murray when they was up for they re-up on their contract. And the Browns, they had gave Deshaun Watson that fully guaranteed contract when the NFL didn't want them to do that. So when the collusion come in, that's why they didn't offer Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, or Russell Wilson the fully guaranteed contract. Because they would have started a trend, like I say on my channel, they would have started a trend that would have broke the power from the owners and hit their bottom line. So they would have started some a new precedent where all these fully guaranteed contracts would have started with the quarterbacks, and then later it would have trickled down to the 53-man roster. And then we can't have that when the bottom line is to make the most money or the return on investment, the biggest profit between the athletes.
Right. Right. Yeah, I talked about that last week, man. I said, ain't it strange that when Lamar Jackson was a free agent, wasn't nobody, not one team, reach out
Nope.
to him when he was an MVP? All because his agent was his mom, and they wanted a fully guaranteed contract. And the NFL probably got together and said no. And it just didn't stop there. Kyler Murray, same way. When not one team reach out to them guys, man. That's amazing, man. I never thought of that, man. But until I heard some people in the chat kept telling me that, I said, let me look into that. So when I looked in there, I said, boy, that's a trend. So it got to be something there. It got to be something there, man. But yeah, are you really, really, really surprised that no team reached out to Shedeur? You ain't, bro.
No.
Before that field round.
After I did research, and then after more and more I got into it, like the other day I did a live and I was talking about how Shedeur was supposed to go to the Browns. I don't know how you feel about that, but this is the conclusion I came up with.
Yeah,
he was supposed to go to the Browns because of that collateral collusion. He was the Browns' punishment. What do you think about that?
Well, hey, I got another dude named Greg said it, saying y'all talk just like boy.
Because
that's what he said. Hey, he said the same thing, big dog. He said the same thing, man.
That's what I'm saying. With the hype behind Shedeur, we were talking about him before the draft. We talking about him during the draft. Then we talking about him after the draft.
Yeah,
he was top 3, first round, top 3. Then he became top 10. Then he became first round. Right. Then he came out of the first round in 2 weeks. That's collusion, man. That's collusion. All that information came out within 2 weeks before the draft. Collusion. But they call it, like the way my research call it, they call it soft collusion. But it's collateral collusion because, like we just stated before, the Deshaun Watson contract. Now it's the get back, basically, with the NFL trying to get back with the Browns. And you can call it blackball, humble Shedeur if you want to, whatever word you want to use. But the Browns were supposed to draft Shedeur, but they couldn't draft him in the first round because they can't have 2 quarterbacks on their roster with a fully guaranteed contract.
That makes sense. That makes sense, big dog. The way you just broke it down. Let me get this super chat off. Appreciate you, Miami. BWatts. Have you seen Shedeur throwing in Miami with select QB? Yeah, I seen it. His brown helmet on. Yeah. Moneymane. Thank you for the live Twitch screen. They're saying thank you. Shedeur. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah, I seen it. But yeah, it's amazing, man, how things come together, man. So y'all might be right on that clue. I just couldn't believe it. But when I started doing that research, I said, wow, man, this thing could be true. They did that dude like. See, I thought it was the New York Giants one who did it, because when the reports came out, I don't know if you've seen it. They had their number 1 pick go up there to that board. I don't forgot the dude's name. They asked him to do an installment on that board, and they posted on their website. But when Jackson Dart went up there, they were giving him the answer. They were asking him what were some of the questions. They were giving to the answer, and then I heard the head coach there. You remember what we talked about? I said, talked about. I said, what Dabo doing with what the head coach doing, talking to him and telling him about what the interview gonna be about. And then when he came in, bro, when he sat down in that chair, I did a show on this. I said, man, he opened that book up. That wasn't no playbook. That was a notebook.
Exactly.
Jackson Dart came in that room with a notebook with no playbook, and they put out that false narrative that Shedeur didn't know his playbook. Well, I'm trying to figure out, if Shedeur had a playbook, why Jackson Dart didn't have one? And they posted that up on their website, but every time they asked Jackson Dart a question, the video skipped. They edited it out, because I'm telling you, when he answered, he didn't know the answer, bro. They cut that part, they edited that part out, bro. I'm serious, man. That's the way I see it. Now, I could be way out there. I don't know if you saw that video, what they did over there, but that's my take on that. They started that narrative out there to punish him. And man, I'm telling you, man, this whole story, I did a show on this, and This thing is in the Bible, bro. When you read the book of Job, Coach Prime had a dream. Job had a dream and told it to his brothers. Coach Prime just went on these podcasts and said, only way that I could coach Shedeur or coach in the NFL as a head coach is to coach Shedeur and Shiloh on the same team. And when those NFL general managers and coaches heard that, they didn't like their place in Coach Prime dream, because if Coach Prime came, they're gonna lose their job. It's Job all over, bro. That's how I see it. So that's how I think on that. But when you ever looked at the New York Giants website?
Yeah, that was I was about to tell you. I ain't want to cut you off though, but that was my first live I did talking about the interview tape. A lot of people, we got some of the same subscribers in here. They was in there when I did it. I was the first one to jump on that interview tape, and we analyzed it just like you said. We analyzed it. Jackson Darton coming up with a playbook. The notebook was empty. I zoomed in on it.
Nothing.
And I'm telling you,
he's that sat down, man, at that table.
I played college football. I know what an install is.
Okay.
People were saying install is not a playbook. It is. The installs come from the playbook. So the install meeting where you learn the plays. That's why I said you can't catch errors in the playbook if you don't know the verbiage and the terminology of the team. And like I said on my live, red at Colorado don't mean red in the Browns or red at the Giants.
True.
Blue don't mean cover 2 at the Browns. Like it do blue mean cover 3 at Colorado. You got to know the terminology and the verbiage. That's where the install comes in. You don't know the protection call. Bob, B-O-B, big on big, Aggie, pass protection. He don't know them calls. So how he gonna catch the errors if he don't know the verbiage?
Exactly. And like that head coach said, I listened to that tape 10 times. Just like the key word where I tuned in, he said, just like we talked about. That let me know they've been talking before he got there. These are the questions I'm going to ask you, and you better know it. And it revealed itself at the end when he went up there and drawed that thing on that board, and Jackson Dart knowed exactly what it was, and he threw that shirt at him. I said, man, move me with that, man. This just for the show Shedeur up, and they knew this was coming, and they know they had talked to this dude and gave him an answer.
Yep, and that's how I knew they had the tape. The Giants had the tape. That I knew. Because, we did some more research later and found out they actually did have the tape. But now, I don't know if you know about the $100 million lawsuit with Eric Jackson. We were talking about that last night. And now he moving for discovery, trying to get all the information released so it can come out in his case against the NFL. And he actually popped in on my live last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he did for a few seconds. He commented. Talking about the new updates and all that.
Okay, I gotta check your live out. You say you did it last night?
Yeah, I did last night. $100 million lawsuit. Yep.
Okay, let me write that down. $100 million lawsuit. Okay, I'll check it out.
I'll break it down.
Okay, I'll check it out. Moneymane be stealing my talking points. BWatts. Nah, I'm playing. He's a good dude. Hey, I know his dad. I know he's good. Oh, we in the house now. I don't care what y'all say about it now. I know his dad. I know his dad real good, man. Yeah,
he know me.
I'm sure he missed in Henry County. But that dude wasn't talking Henry County.
Yeah, he is. Yep. They just getting to know me. You go way back.
Yeah, I can go way back. I can go way back. I know it. I told you, man, you run around that church with Pampers on.
Don't tell your age. Don't tell your age.
Man. But I think highly. I ain't gonna tell you, hey, dog. Hey, like I said, man. Yeah, you come from a good family, bro. All right, let's get into this thing, man. And then we're gonna talk about some other things. Now, when you look at this quarterback room, you say you played football. You looking at Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and also we got to throw in Deshaun Watson. Even though I think he's not gonna play, I'm not gonna even add him in there. But still, he in the building. Right? And we got Shedeur Sanders. The way Shedeur Sanders has been playing at Jackson State, Colorado, and now at rookie minicamp, OTAs, and mandatory training camp. Jeff was old. He ended up completing 77% of his pass. Where at Colorado, by the end of the season, he was a 74% passing rate. So my question is, when you look at Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel, could they start on any other NFL team? Either one of them?
Not at all. Not at all. The only one probably
they
could
bag up quarterback money, man.
Exactly. The only one that probably could would be Joe Flacco, just because he led a team to the Super Bowl. That's the only reason why he could start, but he not.
But you know how long that been though, money man.
I know,
money man. That been too long ago, big dog.
Hey, he a true vet.
He couldn't even beat Anthony Richardson out at Minneapolis.
They weren't going. They spent too much on Anthony Richardson to put Joe Flacco in. When they got Joe Flacco for nothing, just like the Browns did. That's why I think when we talk about the trade, I don't think it'll be Shedeur. I think it'll be Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, the odd man out, and the competition is really between Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel, because whichever one lose that competition, that's the one that's gonna be out.
Wow.
That's why they got the most reps. Right. If you look at it,
that's a lot of people saying that. I'm thinking Joe Flacco gonna be the one out.
No. They got Joe Flacco. Look, I watched the film on Joe Flacco when he was at the Browns. It's amazing. When he came off the couch and did. No, they not getting rid of Joe Flacco. They spent $4 million on him. They can't get rid of him. They got $2 million invested in Kenny Pickett. If you think about it, this is what a lot of people don't see. They traded a 5th round pick to get Kenny Pickett.
Right.
Shedeur got drafted in the 5th round. So
same
what did Kenny Pickett value as?
Same value. I've been saying that all along. They got the same value.
You can't keep saying Shedeur a 5th rounder. He got to make the team. He can't learn the playbook. He behind everybody else, like all the other reporters and articles saying. When Kenny Pickett farther behind Shedeur in my eye, because he competing with Dylan Gabriel. That's why they're going against the first team defense, and using the first team because they don't know the plays.
Wow. Okay. But check this out then, big dog. Let me see what you think on this. Do you think Shedeur got a chance to run against the number 1 defense behind the scene? That just didn't want to show it to the media or his fan base? You think he did?
Yeah,
because I think so now, because you would have never said, you could have never told me that this dude was out there throwing that ball like that and they didn't want to see him run against the number 1 defense. And then when Ocho Cinco was on nightcap, he said Denzel Ward said this dude looked different. Now, if you look at Denzel Ward, that boy is a big time safety for them. How would he know if Shedeur is out there throwing that ball like that? And when Shedeur really supposed to be down on the bottom field by himself, he had to be up there and see that and play against him. So what you thought? You think he ran with the number 1 offense against the number 2 defense?
It ain't even had to be the number 1 offense. He went against the first team defense for sure. I know that. Because just like you just said, I said the same exact thing. How Denzel Ward know what Shedeur doing if he was over there? If Denzel Ward supposed to be running with against Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel against the first team, how do he know what Shedeur doing if Shedeur all on another field by himself? He had to go against the first team defense. I don't know if I'm lagging.
Right. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Ain't no way, man. He had to. I don't know why. Why you think they're trying to
be white cutting out? I can't hear you.
Man, I don't know what's going on, man. I need another laptop. You gotta let me know what kind of laptop I need. They told my internet was good, but my laptop.
Hey, mine was acting crazy last night. I had to restart my computer 10 times. But yeah.
Man, yeah, I did see you last night. Cause it looked like you was on a YouTube stream app.
Yeah, I was on my phone at first, and then when I finally got my computer back up going, I went back live and talked about the $100 million lawsuit. GG, chill out with that 385 now. No.
Okay, then. That's why I missed it. So, but once again, like I said, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. So let's go forward. Let's push forward. You think if Shedeur, let me ask you this question. What Shedeur gonna come in on the depth chart at when training camp starts July 18th? Where he gonna be on the depth chart?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. It ain't no depth chart. How can you have a QB1 or a QB4 if it wasn't never a starter? That's how I think. You get what I'm saying? You can't have a QB1, QB4.
But they got to start somebody, big dog. They got to put somebody out there first.
I know it. This how I think gonna happen. Shedeur still at the bottom, as Mary Kate say. He the fourth string. You know,
right?
So they gonna throw out Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel before him, even during the season. But I think Kenny Pickett gone, and then it based on what Shedeur do during training camp, they're gonna determine how far you move up. But I still don't think they're gonna start on week 1 though.
Golly, boy, man. Okay, then here go the next question. At some point, let's say it get to the 6th game, and Shedeur haven't hit the field yet. So you think he should request a trade, or it'd be too late?
He ain't gonna request no trade. The only way I see Shedeur getting traded if another team starting quarterback get hurt and they come in and need another backup because they already got their backup on the team. You know what I'm saying? But even week 6, and then let's just say Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett in there, I still think they put Dylan Gabriel in there before they put Shedeur. And I'd rather, in my opinion, I'd rather have Shedeur go last and show out and keep it for himself instead of, had to play good and get pulled or whatever. Because we already know the Browns, the bottom barrel of the league. It is what it is. Yeah. They've been horrible. So they might try to pull him out just to put Dylan Gabriel in to see what he do. And then now everybody mad. But no, I think they put Dylan Gabriel in first and then Shedeur. But it all depends on what Shedeur do in training camp. That's the biggest, telltale what we're going to see against Carolina and the Eagles in their training camp practice.
Yeah, that's why I think he's going to make a move. He got to show what he know during those practices between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers.
Yep.
If he go out there and do what I expect him to do, he at least got to come in at number 2 quarterback on that depth chart. At least. No other than that. But then again, I see him keeping all quarterback, big dog.
Yep.
That just means I think they're gonna keep all on. I don't see they ain't got no reason why to move them on away from him. They ain't costing them nothing. Unless another team just come calling for them. They got the worst quarterback room it is because they snowballed my dog Shedeur for them $30 million they should have gave him. But anyway, man, that just messed up. When you look at Shedeur though, during that draft, you think the Pittsburgh still made a mistake by not drafting when they know they need a quarterback and they just signed Aaron Rodgers just for 1 year?
Look, I was gonna do a live on there in the video, but see, you asked me, that's ridiculous, man. When I seen that and it came out. I ain't did no deep dive on it yet, but it came out that the Steelers didn't even have Shedeur on his board. But when I look, they had Shedeur do a 30 visit. Why would you have a quarterback or a player come on a 30 visit if you don't even have him on your draft board? So somebody lying. The owner lying or Mike Tomlin lying?
Mike Tomlin, a lot of lying going on.
Mike Tomlin came out and said how good Shedeur was. Hey, I just leave it up to whoever else. I ain't no Steelers fan. I'm a Shedeur fan, so I'm gonna rock wherever you go. But the Steelers, they made a mistake. Aaron Rodgers old. Don't make no sense to get him for 1 year because he said he's gonna retire after this season. Now you gotta do it all over again.
All over again. And a lot of people keep talking about the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, and most of these quarterbacks is in the 2026 draft. I seen them quarterback last year. Man, them quarterback they not even good as Dylan Gabriel to me. So how you gonna put them guys ahead of Shedeur and saying that your quarterback is in next year's draft? This year don't even matter when you listen to Mary Kate. That's crazy, bro.
Mary Kate be lying. She getting paid by the Browns. This is just my opinion now. Like I gotta keep saying that because I ain't trying to get sued.
Okay.
But if Barry Kate be lying. But she getting paid to put out that information to boost up Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett so they can trade one of them. I'm telling you. Don't be surprised if another article come out about her boosting one of them two, mainly Kenny Pickett, because I think he's the better trade piece in this situation. Trade him to the Saints. That's just my opinion. But it's ridiculous though.
It is, bro. It's ridiculous. I said, Mary Kate. I said, oh, well, you just said it. I said, she must work for the Browns. The way she be putting out information. They must give her stuff to leak out because the stuff she be saying really don't make no sense. And I don't see how she got an award. The Cleveland Browns just gave her an award. they just gave her an award, man. Her and Tony Grossman, man, they just gave her an award. I be saying, she came out of an interview I saw that somebody had sent to me and said, Dylan Gabriel has worked with several offensive coordinators, 6 as a Mac. Shedeur Sanders only been working with Pat Sherman. I said, Pat Sherman? I said, Shedeur only worked 1 year with Pat Sherman. This dude don't have total 6 offensive coordinator. I said, she don't know what she talking about. That let me know she didn't know what she was talking about right then, man. That then. Now, have you looked at the Cleveland Browns whole roster of the team?
What you mean? What aspect?
I mean, that's their whole roster. They body makeup on the offensive side. Have you looked at the 2 running back that they drafted? Have you looked at the tight end, the wide receiver, Jerry Judy, and the offensive line? What you think about the entire team?
Yeah, I broke that down too. Look, when I looked at the film, did what I do. All your football coach, football player mindset. I'm looking at the film. I'm looking at, okay, even when I watch Joe Flacco highlight from when he first with the Browns, they run a lot of 20 personnel, a lot of 21 personnel. That means 2 tight ends. They run a lot of 2 tight end sets, and they'll have, at the time, it was Amari Cooper, but this time it'll be Jerry Judy, because they trying to get back to that, where they when they pound the ball, run them 2 tight end sets, get their number 1 receiver out there one-on-one, then they're going to throw a fade, post, whatever, to them, slant, quick slant, all that. So that's what they looking like they trying to get back to with drafting, what the name, Finnan Jr., Bowling Green, their rookie, Finnan. And then drafting them 2 running back to replace Nick Chubb. Hey, Judkins, he might go over 1,000. And Sampson, he might get at least 700.
I try to tell my chat, man. I try to tell my chat, Junker is the dude. That dude was a dude at Ohio State, man.
I actually went, when he was on Ole Miss, I had went to Georgia Tech game, but I ain't even really know who he was. But like he was running that peeled in. But just to have them, like, to be honest, they defense solid. And now I ain't watched too much last year.
Okay.
A lot of people already know that's in here that been in my life. My cousin, he actually played for the Browns the last 2 years. I don't know if you know him.
Okay.
You might know him.
What's his name?
Dalvin Tomlinson. He was number 94.
Defensive tackle. His last name Tomlinson, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
94.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle for the Browns the last 2 years.
I said, boy, that name does so sound familiar.
So it's like,
okay, then.
Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward and all them other pieces they got, like they defense was solid. It was just the offense couldn't put up no point. So now they going back.
They ain't had no
point. They're gonna go back to that bread and butter with their run game, and they're gonna run it. They're gonna be a run game, a run ball first, then pass, play action. That's why they got to do. That's why they got to learn Shedeur and all them rookies. They got to learn on the center because that play action big in this type offense.
Right.
That's just from what I seen.
Right. Hey, I just got a text message from one of my members. They said, could you explain that you were talking about collateral collusion? More, go in depth on it.
So it all ties in.
Take your time. You got to all the time you want, man. Take your time, bro. Take your time.
No, I'm breaking it down. But I got to start from the beginning. From the NFL collusion case.
I got you.
That's where it started.
Okay.
And then you got to go back even farther to when Deshaun Watson first signed that contract to come to the Browns. That's the root of it. That $230 million fully guaranteed contract. And the collateral collusion come from that contract, which infecting Shedeur, because the Browns, basically, I put it like this in layman terms, the Browns snuck out the house when they weren't supposed to. The Browns snuck out at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to go party.
Yeah.
And they got caught. So
but
now
crazy.
the punishment, which is Shedeur, is he the collateral collusion based on the Deshaun Watson contract. This is my opinion now. I gotta keep saying that. You know, I done learned being on YouTube for a couple of years. You gotta say, you know, this is my opinion. But the collateral collusion come in with Shedeur dropping. So then with the NFL, we already know the NFL met and had a meeting after Deshaun Watson had that contract. And Roger Goodell told them, we can't have that. We can't have these players getting fully guaranteed contracts. It's going to mess up the bottom line. I'm just paraphrasing. Now, Shedeur come, like a lot of people want to say, Cam Ward, black, he got drafted #1. But listen to this. Cam Ward ain't got a brand. Cam Ward ain't a celebrity. Cam Ward daddy ain't Dion, Coach Prime. Cam Ward ain't got a following, a social media presence, a fan base, CU aunties, Shedeur Nation, Sanders Nation, whatever they want to call it. Cam Ward ain't got none of that. Yeah. Cam Ward ain't a threat. No, Cam Ward is not a threat. Shedeur walking in his black excellence. He's smart. He can play. He confident. He don't need no validation from nobody. So that's a threat. If you know a black man, he a threat to them skin folk. He a threat to them skin folk because they know that he can go and influence the younger black kids, boys and girls, to start thinking for themselves. Now they ain't, I don't know if you ever heard that book, but it's a book called $40 Million Slave. Shedeur is the liberated prototype. He go against everything the NFL trying to do as far as controlling the players. They need the NFL to make a brand, to become wealthy, to get all this money. Shedeur don't need none of that. So that's where the collateral collusion come in when he fall into the 5th round. The NFL came and told them, the Browns, look, this your punishment for giving Deshaun Watson that fully guaranteed contract. We not going to draft Shedeur at #2 or #5 because they traded back and give him $46 to $40 million fully guaranteed. We not going to condone that or promote him acting the way he acting by giving him a fully guaranteed contract. Because guess what? After the 4-5 years, because a lot of people don't know, first round is really a 5-year contract, not 4. Because they got that extra team option on the end. And a lot of people don't know, I'm going to put this in real quick, that the Browns declined Kenny Pickett's 5th-year option. So he become a free agent after this year. They ain't pick it up when they could have picked it up.
That. Yep.
But they didn't want Shedeur to get that fully guaranteed contract to boost, I ain't going to say boost his ego, but boost his presence. But what they didn't take account of is the support he get from us, the fans, the people that love him, that like Colorado, that like Coach Prime, that like Shedeur. They ain't counting that in, but they said, look, we're going to let the Browns get them, and y'all figure it out. Because we don't want to deal with it. So we're going to make him go to the 5th round or later, because he's supposed to go to the Browns anyway. And if you listen to the GM, he say we got him at a steep discount. I ain't even put it together. I ain't put 1 and 2 to make 3 and 2 to make 4. I ain't do it at that time. But when he said, there's a black man now saying steep discount on another black man, and he went to Harvard.
Yeah.
And he got to be smart.
Yeah, Harvard, that's it.
Come on. You know what's going on.
We've been talking about that, bro.
This ain't no auction.
Yep. He knows exactly.
Like I see, I'll be throwing history in now too. A lot of people don't know history, black history. You got to learn your black history.
He says this ain't no auction,
man. Talking about a steep discount. I put it like this last night. I said, let's just say, see, now you got me heated now. See, now I'm on the roll now. Y'all hit that like button. Subscribe and tell your friend about Money
Man,
Man.
go ahead. This your platform. Hey, you my guest, bro. Go ahead.
Man, we got 270 in here. How many likes we got? Let me pause real quick. I'm about to cook a little more. We got 85, like 270 people in. Y'all need to hit that like button. Share this video. Let's go. Here we go. Let me get back. Let me get back in my bag.
Go ahead, talk, Money Man.
I'm bringing my Louis today. I got to bring the Louis back. Here we go. So look,
I'm gonna bring that Louis back.
So look, the collateral collusion all connect back to the NFL collusion case. They did the verdict in January. We ain't hear about it till last week. They're 5 months. Guess what happened? Guess what happened in between them 5 months? The Super Bowl happened. They couldn't have that verdict come out before the Super Bowl. They were gonna mess up the ratings. That's messing up the money. Then get what happened? You had the draft. The NFL draft happened. Guess what they started doing? To make it, that's why I call it soft collusion too. They started putting out them narratives about Shedeur. Now it's gonna be harder to prove that it was collusion. That's why they put out them narratives and all them lies. So now when you go fact check it or he try to file a grievance, it's gonna be hard to prove because he fell to the 5th round. But we already know he was projected at the 1st round. I had seen this video. Shedeur was projected to be a 1st rounder in 2024 draft. So how can you fall out the 1st round?
I said that last week, big dog. Hey, he fell and they didn't even play no games. They ain't played no game, big dog. The game was over. The season was over. Go ahead, big dog.
All this stuff they talking about Shedeur, go watch the tape. Watch the film. If you really know football and can really dissect film, then you will understand everything they talk about Shedeur is a lie. It's a lie. Everything. But getting back to the collusion, that's where it come in, and that's how it started. But now, if Eric Jackson with this suit, if he can get that discovery, I was talking about that last night. If he can get that discovery and get that information, because basically discovery is it'll get the communication between all the front office on the NFL teams, the email, the text messages. Then the big one that I've been talking about is that interview footage, just like we were talking about. If we can get that, now granted, if Shedeur was acting like that on the video, then we all wrong then. But until then, they lying. And from what I've seen over these past 3-4 years, from Shedeur playing at Jackson State and Colorado, doing interviews, I don't see him acting like that. Because even on Well, you don't see him acting like that. The camera been in this boy's face since he was a baby. Ain't nowhere in the world he gonna act like that in a job interview, and he know he trying to get to the NFL. I just can't believe it. But I hope I broke it down enough. I know it was a lot.
Tell me the thing. I said, man, that dude ain't never act like that.
Nope.
You know, and I'm sure his dad, Coach Prime, on school and told him what was going on. Man, miss me with that. But still, man, yeah, they loving that. They like that collusion, man. I don't like talking about it, but I had to give them something that they won't talk about. Somebody else talk about it. But but anyway, man. But yeah, it is what it is. But anything else you want to add on that collusion?
Nah, I don't say about all, you know, unless y'all, you know, I got more in my videos where I go a little deeper, but you know, I just broke it down in a short little condensed version.
Now, what was the dude name you said got a loss?
Eric Jackson. He actually, what that kind of name? TLP something. I was on it last night. If you got my video from my live from last night, he did an interview with the guy a month ago when he first filed a lawsuit, and then he did another one last week with the same guy. He talking about the case. So it's a live stream, so it's like an hour long. I ain't get through the whole thing, but you know, in that first video, he actually break it down what he actually suing for. So yeah, he break it down.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm gonna check that video later on today. Your video that you did on that $100 million lawsuit. All right. So let's move on. And well, I got 15 more minutes. I gotta get out of here. All right. But like I say, man, let me see. What day? Friday.
Thursday.
Next Tuesday at 8. Can you come back?
Next Tuesday, yeah, I can come back.
Huh?
Yeah. I say it's Thursday, but yeah, I can come back Tuesday.
I'm trying to. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I forgot about this. Let's see. Thursday. No, Monday. Monday at 8.
Yeah, I can come back Monday.
Can you do Monday or Tuesday at 8 a.m.?
Whenever you need me. I can do Monday.
Monday. All right. I'm gonna put you down for my a.m. again. All right. We're gonna talk about a little Colorado. Huh?
All right. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. But once again, hey, y'all watching Sports Talk with BWatts along with Moneymane. If y'all don't mind, go there, subscribe to his channel, and follow him also as well. But check this out, big dog. Check this out now. Check this out. Big dog. If the Cleveland Browns, last year they didn't win with 3 games now. They were 3-14. If they turn around and repeat that same record, will that owner bring back the general manager of Kevin Stefanski, both of them, to be over and coach next year team too? If they go 3-14 again, or 4 and whatever, or losing season again, when you know they finna be a brand new stadium. And Shedeur ain't even hit the field. You think that owner gonna do that? Big dog, let me tell you something. Let me jump in right quick. I'm gonna let you go. If you were my coach and I'm the owner, and you don't went out there and you ain't developed no quarterback since you've been there, I'm trying to figure out how you got Coach of the Year in 2023. Our coach Joe Flacco helped you out because you made the playoff. That's why you got it. That's the way I see it. And you follow that up with a 3-14 season. Then you gave all my money away to Deshaun Watson. Then you hardly played the best quarterback on the team that Shedeur. And now I just got approved for a stadium as an owner. Big dog, I wouldn't bring you back in my head coach. You pull one of those. Yeah, I'm just me. just me. So do you see that owner bringing them back, man? But everybody keeps saying they is.
The reason why I would say, the reason why they probably saying he is going to bring them back, because they almost got fired this offseason. A lot of people don't know that. Kevin Stefanski went to bat for Andrew Barrett this offseason. Andrew Barrett going to get fired. But they went to bat for each other. The head coach did. That's why the owner kept him. Now, you can say trading away Travis Hunter. Hey, we're going to see what that turn out to be. But next year, it depends on the season. Now, with that new stadium coming up, when I look, they say it's going to be done in 2029. And they're right around when Shedeur contract going to have to be renewed. He's going to be out there rookie contract. So,
right,
if the owner want to move forward with a new regime, yeah, I would do it next offseason, especially if I go 3-14 again. But he going to have to get the right person to want to play Shedeur or whoever the quarterback is, whoever they believe in the most. They're going to have to get that right coach to play them. And then with that development piece, the way the Browns been moving, they've been trying to find a quarterback already finished. You can't find a rookie quarterback. This ain't a Jaden Daniels. This ain't CJ Stroud. You got to develop these guys. If you ain't taking time to develop nobody, ain't nobody going to be good. Just like Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, they ain't take time to develop them guys. So, yeah, you're going to be in the quarterback circuit looking for one. So, it don't make no sense to look for 2026 quarterback talking about they better than Shedeur. Ain't now one, like you said, I ain't even say Dylan Gabriel. I just said better than Shedeur or Cam Moore. But, hell, they ain't better than Dylan Gabriel neither. Because I looked at the numbers.
They not, bro.
I actually looked at the numbers, man. I looked at the only quarterback that can actually maybe do something is the LSU quarterback if he throw for 4,000 yards again and have 30-plus touchdowns. But he still got to cut down on the interception. I looked at it. But at the same time, if I'm the Browns, I'm trying to at least develop Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur. But in this case, we run for Shedeur. But it just because they like Dylan Gabriel for some reason. That's why I throw his name in there. They needed to try to develop one of them and use. Really, they need to trade one of them first round draft picks for 2027 so they can get Jeremiah Smith. That's just how I look at it.
I said the same thing last week, big dog. I'm with you, big dog. I said the same thing last week. That's what I would do. Hey, no way. I would try to roll Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco out there when we know they're only gonna be that 1 year. And my job on the line, I'm gonna try to find out which one of them rookies can be the starter, and whoever lose, they will be my bag up, and just roll with that and see what I can do. If Kevin Stefanski is the quarterback guru, like everybody's saying, he should be able to develop one. They had one in Baker Mayfield, but they weren't patient enough. They sent him off, and Baker Mayfield went to 2 or 3 teams, and now he's the starting quarterback for Tampa Bay. They'll let you know right there. They'll let you know right there, man. They ain't know what they were doing in that quarterback room. Because, like you said, they chased stars' names from players down as a free agent who probably you think they can, somebody like Deshaun Watson. They thought he was going to be the one. He turned out to be, he wasn't the one. That's why they got rid of Baker Mayfield. But anyway, man, it is what it is. So we'll just see how it go. Hey, man, I'm gonna switch subject for, I got 8 minutes. Let's talk about this right here. I don't know where you at on this right here, but we're going to throw it out there. Y'all bear with me, family. We're going to talk about this NBA, LeBron James. I don't know if you've been keeping up with it. You know, he opted into his contract, right? Let me tell you something. I think they new owner, when that new owner sold that team, I think they want LeBron out of there. I believe they do. They want to build this team around Luka. So my question is to you, if you've been following anything, I'm finna see now. You think LeBron want to stay in LA, or do he want to move on and go back home to Cleveland for the last ride?
Let me say that first. LeBron, my favorite player. And the way I just talked to you, the way I did, I know you probably like Jordan and all that.
Well, you know I'm a Mike. Well, look at my head, dude.
Hey, what I just said, you wouldn't even think that I watch more basketball than I do football. And I do. I barely watch football, man. I don't look. Just playing it for so long and being around it, you don't want to watch it that much. But LeBron, my favorite player. But the reason why he did that, because like he's saying, depends on what offseason moves they make. They just signed DeAndre Ayton to a 2-year big man. You know, I don't know. It's toss up on him. I don't think he that good. But they would have made that mark.
That ways there.
Yeah. But if they would have made that Mark Williams trade last year and brought him in, that would have been a perfect fit. And I think they probably would have got to the championship. But LeBron, Rick Paul said LeBron want to win another championship. Now, if you believe that, it is what it is. But at this stage, I think it's more about want to play with Bronny and wait for Bryce to get in there. That's just my opinion. Wait for Bryce to get in the league and potentially play against him or with him, both of his sons. That's what I'm thinking is going on. But if he would get asked for a trade, that's why he did it. Because usually he re-up for a 2-year plus one, a 2-year contract plus the player option. But see, he ain't do that this year. So he trying to see what the Lakers gonna do with the roster. And then if it ain't going the way he think, I think he gonna ask for a trade. And then this will be a first time LeBron ever asked for a trade, because he still got that no trade clause. So whatever team they trade him to, he got to pick the team and approve it. Right. And I seen, the Lakers, not the Lakers, Dallas Mavericks, which makes no sense. To me, it don't, because Kyrie hurt. And then the only other team I can think of, Golden State, the legitimately have a chance to win the championship right now. Him finally going to play with Steph Curry, that'll be crazy. That'd be amazing. But going back to Cleveland,
the New York Knicks? You don't think the New York Knicks would be a good fit for him?
No, because the thing you got to think about, how much they got to give up to get LeBron. If they deplete the team to get LeBron, then they ain't got nobody to compete for the championship.
They're going to go with Golden State. Golden State got to give up somebody.
Golden State.
They're going to give up Jimmy Butler?
They're going to have to. Jimmy Butler, the poor man on LeBron. Jimmy Butler, the
Oh,
poor man LeBron.
you think they'll
If
give
you
a
get,
Jimmy Butler for LeBron James for 1 year? Come on, money, man.
nah, it'd be more than 1 year. It'll be more than 1 year because he's gonna want to play with Steph at least 2. Think about that. You got the poor man Jimmy Butler. He the poor man LeBron. Like
Yep.
I actually watched the video with this guy on YouTube. He compared LeBron. He compared Jimmy Butler is the next LeBron for a skill wise, the way they play. But Jimmy
They play
Butler up and down. Jimmy
Right.
Butler up and down. He might give you a good game one time, and then he score 5-6 points the next game. I can't have that. I can't have that. If I can get LeBron, hey, you gone. I don't care how long I got LeBron. That's my eyes, he the GOAT. I know you're gonna probably debate otherwise, but LeBron still playing like the way he playing? Nah. I'm trading Jimmy Butler. Hell, I trade Draymond Green, but they'll probably try to keep both of them.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Right.
I think if he go to Golden State, they definitely win the championship. Because Golden State gonna put the pieces, they're gonna do whatever necessary to put them pieces around that they need. Unlike, I ain't gonna say the Lakers ain't try, but Cleveland, when he first went to Cleveland, they definitely didn't try it. Them first couple of years he was in the league, but it all depends on what the Lakers doing. Now, I know I'm diverging a little bit, but I know Damian Lillard hurt, but if he can come back and be Dame time, that'll be a good fit, I think.
God, man, I can't believe they cut him, man. So he can go anywhere he want to go.
Exactly. But he's still hurt, so he won't start the season. That's the only thing. Like, is LeBron willing to wait if they do sign Damian Lillard?
Right.
Well, I can talk about this all day.
Yeah, and the Knicks, they are projected to hire Mike Brown as their head coach. You think that's a good move for them?
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised he got fired from the Kings, Sacramento. Like, I seen how they went down. They talking about they sent them.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy right there now.
I like, bro, y'all tripping. But that connection with LeBron go back to Cleveland too. Like, come on. Nick, and he love playing in Madison Garden.
Exactly, big dog. You right, man.
He love playing up there. I mean,
yeah, I know.
But what they gonna have to give up
like playing that?
What they gonna have to give up to give?
Yeah, I know they're gonna have to give up Brunson. I know he's gonna be in there. Brunson and Cat.
You can't give up him. He off limits.
Yeah, who else they gonna give up?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gonna deplete the team trying to get LeBron. Then you ain't gonna win the championship.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They can't do that then. They can't do that. No, they can't do that, big dog. They can't do that. All right. I got 2 minutes. All right. My daughter calling me now. All right. Let me hit you on this right here. What you think about this? It's in the news, so we talking about it. I'm doing something different. Diddy, your boy, your dog, y'all young folk, y'all young whippersnappers. Verdict is in. He got count 1, count 2, not guilty. Count 3, he's guilty. Count 4, he's not guilty. Count 5, he's guilty. And that's the report that came out from TMZ. Diddy denied bail, will remain in custody. What's your thought? What's your thought, chat, on the Diddy case? Talk to me, Moneymane. What you think? What's your thought on that?
I ain't been keeping up with it.
They tried to get him for racketeering. I thought that was a kind of stretch. I don't think they could have got him for racketeering. I think they reached too far for that.
Yeah, I got a crazy story, but I'll tell you that after I say what I'm gonna say. Cause I know you gotta go. But I ain't really been keeping up with it.
Go ahead and say it. I'm with you. Go ahead.
But I ain't really been keeping up with their trial because it's basically a distraction. That's what I think of it. Really, compared to what the president doing, is a distraction. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. What was coming out, he deserves some time. That's all I'm gonna say. He deserves some type of time about what he was doing and what was coming out, and what was being said. But let me get to my story.
I think he deserves something too.
But yeah, so the video is actually on my channel. I did a vlog. Me and my now fiance, we had went down to Miami on vacation last year in April 24. We were walking on the sidewalk, man. I was vlogging, had my phone in my hand, recording. This dude in the middle of the street, if I don't know y'all ever been on Miami Strip, but in this area, couldn't no cars come. So it's a dude on a bike in the street with a boom box. You're playing music. So I'm like, what you playing all that loud music for like that? You know what I'm saying? On the bike. Literally, maybe a minute after I said that, here come this guy on a bike behind us. We on the sidewalk. He riding on the bike. Literally, if my fiance would have put out her arm, she would have hit him. He ride past. I'm like, what bro doing on the sidewalk? Then I turned and look. I seen the side of his face. I like, bro, that Diddy. Diddy was on the bike, had rolled right behind us on the sidewalk. That was P. Diddy. Then I'm like, that was Diddy? And we were like, that was. So we cut through to go toward the main street. He rolled around and came down the main, I like Washington Street. And he came down there, and we looked across the street at the other group of guys, and we were like, that Diddy? They were like, yeah, that was Diddy. And like, if you watch my vlog, I was recording. I just had cut it off right before he put rope behind him, man. It was ridiculous, man. And you know that when the lawsuit just had came out, and I was like, man, on the video, I say, hey, look, I ain't going to no freak off. If he would have hit her, we would have been fighting. And then he probably would have invited us to the freak off. That's why I say I wasn't going. But yeah, that's my story.
But y'all young hip hoppers, well, y'all something there, man. I appreciate you, man. Man, I got Moneymane, man. I appreciate the chat. Y'all let me know who he was, man. It's good, man. God is good, man. Me and this dude stay in the same county, same state. Man, God is good, man. I know his dad. I mean, I remember his dad like it yesterday. And it's a good thing to know, man. Man, it's good talking to you, man. Can't wait to talk to you again Monday at 8 in the morning. We might try to do 2 a week if you got time, or I'll reach out to you more and I'll send you my telephone number. Check your email address.
I got you. But yeah, I'll share it out a little more too on my platform, you know.
And but I gotta take my daughter laptop. I'm about to unplug everything and reset this thing, I guess. But once again, y'all watching Sports Talk with BWatts along with Moneymane. Y'all follow him over there on YouTube if you don't mind. Man, let them know where they can find you at, big dog. I'll let you speak for yourself.
Y'all can find me on YouTube. I got Twitter. We gonna start up the Twitch. We're gonna start live streaming on Twitch. A lot of y'all know is Moneymane. You already know, no space on Twitch. I got the TikTok going. A lot of y'all don't know about that, but Brown Time Opulence on TikTok, Facebook. I got all of it. Facebook, Brown Time Opulence on Facebook. That's my company name, my LLC. Yeah, I can be found everywhere. You can just type in my name and it pop up. You know.
Okay, all right. Y'all heard it right there. I appreciate the chat, especially Miss who that would let me know about you,
Miss Robinson
and Miss Robinson. Yeah, Miss Robinson was the main one, but she was going hard in the paint for you. I said, okay. But anyway, big dog, appreciate you talking with you, man. I'll see you Monday morning at 8 a.m. and I'll be emailing you my cell number so I can just text you the link to your phone instead of your email, big dog.
All right.
I'll be checking you out more as the days to come. Continue to do the work, man, that you do, man, and stay prayed up, bro.
I appreciate the same to you. I like your show, man. That's why I tune in.
All right, see y'all later on tonight, family. Yeah. Good seeing you, man. Hey, have a good day, bro.
Visit